Hi, I'm Cheyenne Dirksen Schroeder, Assistant Editor of the Hutchinson News. Today we are talking to different candidates who are affecting many of our readers. First of all, tell me your name, where you're from, and what you're running for.
My name is Jeff Caldwell, and I'm running for governor of Kansas. I'm from Leawood, Kansas, in Johnson County, and I hope to be your next governor of Kansas.
Okay, sure. Tell me why governor?
Sure.
This will be your first political office?
It will be.
Okay.
And so I actually had a lot of people that have not participated in the political spectrum and have no idea what's going on in politics actually come up to me randomly and be like, you need to run for governor. I want to vote for you as governor in Kansas. And so initially I was like, I don't know about that. So enough people came up to me, a team was actually put together behind me, and we are running for governor of Kansas because I actually had a lot of apathetic voters reach out to me and they want to see change in the state of Kansas.
Okay. Tell me about those elements that specifically need the change. What isn't working right now?
Well, let's start at the broadest area. The budget in Kansas is $17 billion per year. There are nearly 3 million people in Kansas, and that breaks down to about 5,800 people, or $5,800 per year that the state spends, and that is a minimal number. But if I'm able to reduce that to $5,300, that cuts $1 billion out of the budget. But what that does is it allows for people to have lower taxes. It also allows for people to have easier access to business. It cuts regulations. And by regulations, I mean those on the farmers and ranchers in western Kansas. Because I reached out to a farmer, and he told me he can't even haul things from one property to next without having multiple permits. A police officer pulled him over and said, hey, you have violated 5 different aspects of the law, and I could write you 5 tickets right now. We have an overregulated society, we have an overtaxed society, and in order to get away from that, we have to reduce government spending.
Okay, tell me about your process for determining what aspects of the budget should be cut
Sure.
so that taxes aren't raised.
Right, so I have actually submitted a budget to tax professionals and economic professionals, a tax and a budget plan. And education, Medicaid take up 70% of Kansas's budget. We're not going to touch that. We're going to look at the other 30% and pull 10% out of that. That is government waste and overregulations. And so we actually have to wait until about mid-May before we have very specific pinpoint agencies and regulations and government spending that we're going to abolish.
Okay, are there certain factors that unifying factors among that 30% there, or?
There's government agencies that shouldn't exist, and we need to pinpoint exactly which ones they are, but I can't come out and say we're going to abolish this agency but then be wrong when there's something else that's out there that we don't even know about. And so I will say that I want to help cut taxes, and I have a specific tax plan in place in order to help do that, and that is to help eliminate the tax on the service industry, so tax-free tips on our servers and waiters. Also, I want to abolish tax on food and water, so that would also help with our farmers and ranchers. But I also want to legalize and tax cannabis and hemp in order to help make up for education funding and roads.
Okay, now we already spoke a little bit about voter apathy. Tell me about some plans for encouraging voters to come out who may not already be one of your friends who's suggested that you run.
Right. I have been to Topeka, and there have been many committee meetings where you have a bill that gets put before a committee before it goes to the Senate to vote on. And the room is filled with people who want to move forward on the bill, but then you have 1 or 2 people that are in opposition, and the committee actually sides with those 1 or 2 people. And so that's creating apathetic voters. And I am running for governor of Kansas to be the leading representative of the legislator and demand that we listen to the people of Kansas. I am sick of Topeka not listening to the citizens of Kansas, and it is time for change.
Okay, well, hey, thank you so much for speaking with me. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me out.
Thank you so much for watching.